Right now in your kitchen, there is a drug-free toolkit that has been shown in hundreds of randomized trials to lower the LDL cholesterol that clogs arteries. Not superfoods, not miracle detoxes, just 7 specific foods, each with a measurable, repeatable effect, and together, they can approach a serious fraction of what a starting medication dose does. Today, I will show you exactly what they are, how much you need, and what they really do inside your body. If you saw our last video, you know the #1 habit against high LDL is regular movement. Food is the second lever, and it is just as real. In the next few minutes, the science of how food pulls cholesterol out of your blood, the 7 foods with the strongest evidence, the surprising truth about fish oil, and a simple day on a plate you can start tomorrow. First, the science. Because these foods are not magic. They work through 3 specific, well-mapped mechanisms. And once you understand them, the grocery list practically writes itself. Mechanism 1, the sponge. Soluble fiber, the kind concentrated in oats, barley, beans, and psyllium husk, forms a thick gel as it moves through your small intestine. That gel traps bile, a digestive fluid your liver builds out of cholesterol, and carries it out of your body. Your liver now has to make fresh bile, and to do it, it pulls cholesterol straight out of your bloodstream. Every bowl of oats quietly forces your liver to spend down its cholesterol budget. Mechanism 2, the body double. Plant sterols are molecules that look almost exactly like cholesterol. In your gut, cholesterol has to ride tiny ferries called micelles to get absorbed. Sterols shove cholesterol off those ferries and take its seat. The cholesterol that never gets a seat never enters your blood. It simply leaves. Mechanism 3, the receptor switch. When you replace saturated fat, think butter and fatty red meat, with unsaturated fat, think olive oil, nuts, and fish, your liver responds by building more LDL receptors on its surface. In one controlled human study, a lower saturated fat diet increased LDL receptor activity by about 10%, and LDL in the blood fell by nearly 12%. More receptors means more bad cholesterol gets caught and cleared. So bind it in the gut, block its absorption, and boost the machinery that clears it from your blood. 3 doors. Every food on today's list opens at least one of them. Now the foods. I am going to give you real numbers from randomized trials, not hype. For context, these effects are trial averages, and your results will vary with your baseline and the rest of your diet. Stacked together, they are the foundation clinical guidelines point to before or alongside medication. Food 1, oats and barley. The active ingredient is beta-glucan, a soluble fiber so well proven that the FDA allows an official heart health claim on the box. The dose in the trials? 3 grams of beta-glucan a day, roughly what a solid daily bowl of oatmeal delivers. Across 28 randomized trials, that dose lowered LDL by about 10 milligrams per deciliter. And the budget version, psyllium husk, around 10 grams a day, cut LDL by about 13 points in another 28 trials. Food 2, beans, lentils, and chickpeas. About 3/4 of a cup of cooked beans a day, that is 130 grams, lowered LDL by roughly 7 milligrams per deciliter across 26 randomized trials. Beans are the quiet overachiever here. Cheap, filling, and they bring their own soluble fiber to the sponge mechanism. Food 3, a daily handful of nuts. This is one of the most replicated findings in nutrition science. 1 ounce a day, about 28 grams, lowers LDL by roughly 5 points on average. In trials using bigger amounts, around 67 grams a day, LDL fell by more than 10 points. Almonds and walnuts are the best studied, but the effect shows up across nut types. Food 4, soy. Here is the honest version. The famous claim, 25 grams of soy protein a day, is real but modest. When researchers pooled the trials behind it, the average LDL drop was around 4 to 5 milligrams per deciliter, about 3 to 4%. Small, but swap soy in for fatty red meat and you win twice. Soy's own effect, plus the saturated fat you just removed. Food 5, avocado, and a lesson in reading headlines. In the biggest real-world trial, about 1,000 adults ate 1 avocado a day for 6 months, and LDL fell just 2.5 points. But in a tightly controlled feeding study where every meal was designed, The avocado diet cut LDL by 13.5. Same fruit, different diet around it. Avocados work best when they replace butter, cheese, or refined carbs, not when they are added on top. Food 6, and this one is the heavyweight, the fat swap. Replacing saturated fat with unsaturated olive oil where butter used to be is backed by the strongest outcome data in this entire video. In a Cochrane review of randomized trials with around 59,000 people, cutting saturated fat reduced combined cardiovascular events by about a fifth. And every 1% of daily calories you shift from saturated to polyunsaturated fat lowers LDL by about 2 points. Small swaps, compounding daily. Food 7. Plant sterols and stanols, the body doubles from earlier. These come fortified in certain spreads, mini drinks, and supplements. The trial dose, 2 grams a day, lowers LDL by about 8%, one of the largest single food effects ever measured, across more than 100 randomized studies. One catch, the effect plateaus above about 2 to 3 grams a day. More is not better. And now, the fish oil truth. Omega-3s do not meaningfully lower LDL cholesterol. At prescription doses, they can even nudge it up a few points. What they genuinely crush is a different blood fat, triglycerides, down 20 to 30% at prescription strength. That matters for many people. But for the general public, the American Heart Association's advice is not pills, it is food. 2 servings of oily fish a week, salmon, sardines, mackerel, partly because of what fish replaces on your plate. The board so far. Oats, about 10 points. Psyllium, 13. Beans, 7. A handful of nuts. 5. Soy, up to 5. Plant sterols, about 8%. And the fat swap quietly protecting the heart underneath it all. Individually, single digits. Together, that is where it gets interesting. Chapter 3. Stack them. These foods do not compete with each other. They work through different doors, the sponge, the body double, the receptor switch, which means their effects can add up. And there is a famous diet that proved it. It is called the Portfolio Diet, built by researchers at the University of Toronto. 4 components eaten together every day: plant sterols, soy protein, viscous fiber like oats and barley, and a handful of almonds. In a tightly controlled trial where all food was provided, this stack lowered LDL by nearly 29% in 1 month, in the same range as the starting statin dose tested in that same study. In real life, with people buying their own groceries, the average was about 13%. Still a serious number for a grocery list. The foods kept working. Real life just made them harder to eat every single day. And this lifestyle-first approach is not fringe advice. The 2019 prevention guideline from the American College of Cardiology and the American Heart Association states plainly that a healthy diet and lifestyle are the most important way to prevent cardiovascular disease. Diet is not the backup plan. In the official playbook, it is step 1. Chapter 4. Your plate. Knowing is not doing. So here is what a cholesterol-lowering day actually looks like with no exotic ingredients required. Breakfast, a real bowl of oatmeal and make it count. Thick cut oats give you more of that viscous gel. Stir in a spoon of ground psyllium if you want the bigger fiber dose, and top it with a small handful of almonds or walnuts. In one bowl, you have stacked the sponge, the nut effect, and a head start on your 3 grams of beta-glucan. Lunch, build it on beans. A lentil soup, a chickpea salad with olive oil, whatever you will actually enjoy. Dinner, oily fish twice a week, salmon or sardines. On the other nights, keep the pattern. Vegetables, legumes, whole grains, olive oil instead of butter. If you use a sterile fortified spread, this is where it slots in, right at that 2-gram daily dose. And if a full plan feels like too much, think in swaps. Butter to olive oil, chips to a handful of nuts, white toast to oats, red meat to fish, or beans a few times a week. Each swap is small, but remember the receptor switch. Every 1% of calories you move from saturated to unsaturated fat is another 2 points of LDL, compounding every single day. Now, the important fine print. Food is powerful, but it is not a replacement for prescribed medication. If you are on a statin, stay on it. This toolkit works alongside it. If your LDL is very high or heart disease runs in your family, get your numbers checked and talk to your doctor before rebuilding your diet around any plan you saw on the internet, including this one. Food is lever number 2. Movement was lever number 1. And lever number 3 might be the most underrated of all. What high blood pressure quietly does to your arteries and the daily habit that lowers it. That is the next video. Subscribe so you do not miss it. One more thing about this way of eating, the cholesterol effect is just the headline. The same pattern, fiber, nuts, fish, olive oil, fewer saturated fats, is associated in study after study with lower blood pressure, better blood sugar control, and easier weight management. You are not on a cholesterol diet. You are simply eating the way hearts were built to be fed. So let us land this. High LDL responds to food through 3 mechanisms science has mapped in detail: bind it, block it, clear it. And the 7 foods with the strongest evidence: oats and barley, beans, nuts, soy, avocado in the right role, the great fat swap, and plant sterols. Plus psyllium for the budget stack, and fish for the honest truth about triglycerides. You do not have to do all of it tomorrow. Pick one swap this week. A bowl of oats most mornings. Olive oil where butter used to be. Then add the next one. In the trials, LDL started moving within a few weeks. Consistency, not perfection, is what moves the number. Your cholesterol panel is not a life sentence. It is a scoreboard, and you are holding more of the controls than you think. 3 meals a day. 3 chances a day. Start with the next one. Your arteries will keep the score.